Let's get real. Signing services are exploding us. All right, let's talk about how to counteroffer. But first, I need to preface why you need to counteroffer and why it's so important to everyone in this community. Before I start, please do not forget to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. So let me break it down for you. I'm going to talk about the pros of signing with a signing service, why you need to counteroffer, and how to counteroffer. So 3 things that we're going to go through, and let's get into it. So the pro of signing with a signing service is that it's convenient. Most of these signings are going to be super close to you. It really depends on what radius you put in your settings. I have a lot of, I live in LA, so a lot of my signings through signing services could literally be down the street. I've walked to a few signings. It's that close. So compared to direct clients, if it's a direct client, sometimes your signings are going to be further out because, you know, an escrow officer has signings maybe a few cities away. Same with title. They have signings from a few cities away, maybe 30, 40 minutes out. Signing services should be within 20-30 minutes of you. That's what I use them for. On the same hand, a lot of the time, title and escrow, depending what you set up with them in your relationship, most of the time you want to hand deliver docs to them because that makes their job a lot easier. With signing services, all you have to do is ship the docs after. Like, that's just so easy. So that's why I feel like it's convenient to sign with a signing service, and those are the pros. That's how I see it. Because we're given those great opportunities, that does not mean that these signing services can exploit you, me, every other signing agent out there. Let's get real. Signing services are exploiting us. I see a lot of people in the community, especially like on Facebook, and sometimes in my comments or other comments from other channels, people are saying, oh, it's all the new notaries that are just trying to get whatever they can. And yes, it is, but we need to not point the fingers at each other. And the real issue, it's coming from the top, it's coming from the signing services. Like, we're all down here, signing services are right here, and that's our problem. It's not each other. We need to stop doing that. We're a community. We need to come together. We need to, I don't want to say take these signing services down because, you know, they're helping us out, but, you know, just have this fair partnership with them. What I mean by being exploited is that they're giving us $75 offers. I don't know where they think that's okay. I don't know if some of you are taking them and think that's okay, but it's not okay. So I think I've mentioned this before. My first signing, I took it for $60. I would never, ever, ever do that again. I think that was so wrong, but I get you, especially if you're just starting out, you feel like you just have to take whatever you can get. Totally understandable, but just do not do that ever again. It's not worth it. Think about it, this is a business. I mean, I think of this as a business, and I hope you do too. You have to pay for all your supplies, toner, your drum runs out every couple thousand pages. Your printer itself was very expensive. Your paper, all the files that you're downloading on your computer, it's a lot of wear and tear on your equipment. To only get $75 for all of that, I didn't even talk about your car, the gas, the mileage you're putting on your car, and then on top of that, your time. Some signings, I'd say average take about 40 minutes, at least mine do, but they can go well over an hour. I had a signing for 3 hours. $75 is not cutting it, even below. I've heard of, like I said, I took one for 60. I've heard of people taking it for 50. That's just insane, not acceptable. The only time you can take a signing under $100, I mean, and $100, that's my range. That's what I feel comfortable with. I think you guys should do the same, but it's up to you where you live, depending, you know, all of that. But what is acceptable is, let's say, a seller's packet. Sometimes those are only 20, 30, maybe even less pages. Also, you can get just like one grant deed. You can take that for $50, 20, 30, whatever you feel is justifiable. That's the only time you should take these low offers, okay? Even when you sign directly for like a seller's packet, like I said, I'll do a seller's packet from a signing service for like $80, depending where it is. But if you get one from escrow or title, that's gonna be like $200, maybe $250, $100, depending what they offer. So why are you getting gypped? It's not fair. Before I get into how to counteroffer, I just want to throw in this story real quick. Last month, I got a signing. I was accepted. It was a signing nearby, and I think I got it for $100. So I waited for the docs, got the docs, I downloaded them. It was one page. all I had to sign, I believe, was a grant deed. So, you know, I notified the signing service because I just wanted to make sure that I got all the pages that I needed. And once I communicated that with them, they took the signing from $100 to like $20–$30. And I was so frustrated. I told them I'm not gonna do this for however much they offered me. And then they took me up. They totally removed me from the signing because I wasn't gonna take their low offer. I was very upset. I left them a long message because if they're able to approve that fee for that signing from whoever they got it from, escrow title, they had the money to do it. They had the means to get me to do this signing, but they chose to lowball me and take it from me after it was already signed. So they called me because they couldn't find anybody else, short notice, and they said, hey, we're really sorry, but would you please take this for like $50? I think it was 30 and they were trying to give me 50. And then I said, no, I can't. Like, you are totally jipping me. You have the money, you have the funds available to pay me what you said you were going to pay me. And that mistake was on their end. And they said, yeah, I'm sorry, but we just can't do it. And I'm like, no, you're keeping the money. So I told them I can't do it. It's a principle that is just so wrong. I don't know who does business like that. And again, this was coast to coast. I don't want to completely, you know, trash coast to coast because I do get a lot of business with them, but there's some things that they do that are very conflicting with their message, and it's very upsetting. But also recently I saw that they did create a YouTube channel to teach you how to do signings. Recommend going there, but just know that sometimes things can get pretty bad with them. That's how I've had multiple situations with them. The message of that is just don't accept these lowball offers. I know you might be in a situation where you feel like you just have to take whatever you can get, but again, if you're running this like a business, just don't. It's just not gonna benefit you. Okay, after those long explanations and rant, now I'm gonna tell you how to counteroffer. So once you get your notification, and this can vary depending on which signing service you use, but I feel like they all do the same thing. You know, you can get a notification, a text, click on the link, and go ahead and choose, let's say, okay, $75 is usually what I see. Notary Go will offer $50 to $60, horrible. Just add, I usually do fee too low. I mean, if it's farther, obviously you can choose distance too far, and just make sure to click one of those and then put in 100. That's usually what I do. And then you can explain why. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. I feel like most of the time that I put an explanation, I'll get it accepted. Something else that you can do is you can call them. As soon as you get a notification for a signing, pick up the phone, call them. That's what I did when I was starting out. Definitely a great tip for new beginners. Just get on the phone. It's a lot easier to do that. So an explanation for getting a higher fee can be the amount of pages, the time it might take. Like, some HELOCs can take, some of the signers for a HELOC are a little bit older, and like it does take a little while. Sometimes they don't want to give all their information, even though they've already given their information. Some of them like to talk, things like that. Also, distance, I've already explained that. There's also an option for that. It could be also the time. I don't usually put time because my schedule is 24/7. Might be different for you guys though. Something else could be maybe the amount of signers. I've seen sometimes 4 signers. Obviously that would take a lot longer if it's just a regular signing. Really up to you, whatever reason you have. As I mentioned earlier, it is a lot better if you get them on the phone. Sometimes they will call you immediately after. I've been getting called actually a lot more once I already put a counter offer in, and they'll say, hey, can you do the signing for this much? Usually I think the best thing to do when counter offering, and if you have them on the phone, is ask them, hi, how much is your max? What is the most you can do? That gives you leverage on how much you can ask for, and that usually works for me. For an example, with Amrock, I usually only get paid maybe 100. It's really hard to counter offer with them, I find, at least. One time I had them on the phone and I said, what's the max you can do? They said 150. I've never gotten paid that much from Amrock, so I said, yes, let's do it. That one was only like 50 pages. It was really, have them on the phone. Don't be scared. That is like the easiest thing you can do. You know, they're just trying to help you out too. It's not a big deal. Just explain the situation, and they're very helpful, very kind. Another tip is just be confident about it. Just, you know, ask and you'll receive. Not all the time, but you know what I'm saying. Something else that's going to help you is just knowing what you can charge for which documents, which set of docs, and I've already posted a video about that. Also, if you've taken a course, I don't know if other like Notary 2 Pro, other courses have done it, but through the loan signing system, he provides what you should charge from a signing service, not direct. Direct is a different price, but you can see what the max is. But I would also compare how much it is from a direct client and how much it is from a signing service, just to see like what your true earnings could be. All right, I hope that helped you out and that you're always counter offering. Please do not take these lowball offers. It's not worth it. You are worth more than that. Don't let them exploit you, and thanks for watching.